Okay, hello. In this lesson, we will learn how to create a pop-up, a modal pop-up to alert or to confirm on something like this. So when I when I want to go to accept this process, I'm creating here a new column. So it asks me, you can choose cancel or submit. So if you submit it, it will create a new column here. Our lesson is not about creating a new column in SQL system or something. Our lesson is to learn how to create a, an API model, and how we can create a reusable function to use the same function in most of the projects we have. And most, of course, nobody can do an API that work on everything. So if you can create an API that work on 50 or 60% of your projects, it's fine. Okay, let us see how it works here. So I have before you see this function. Okay, I created or I embedded it four forms to my project. But here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can either work with your uh, embedded pop-up, or you can generate it automatically. So this one is generated by Java and PHP automatically, and this one it's already existed in the project, and you just you can it's a log file. You can add a message here or something. So this is the alert. This is the ask or confirm. Of course, you don't need this when you are confirming on something. Like like I showed you. You only need a message here for your user, and he will choose either he continue on this project on this process or not. But I created this just for show. You can use this in the login system. Okay. Now and so when I'm pushing this button, one on the of this button, it will trigger this function. This is not a true function, it's a test function. You can create your own function as you like. When you learn the principle how to do it, you can generate your own function. So this is just for test, and it's not a complete system. So when I'm hitting one of this button will call this function, and this function send this message. Look at this. To one of the embedded tabs here. So I have one type of ask, one type of success, one type of message. So and I'm telling the function here when I'm pushing on this that it's already embedded. It don't need to send a message via Java to PHP to create it here. So this is the post message yes or no. I'm telling this function that it's false. It's no. So if it false, it just send a message, and the method tell us what type of the message you are sending. So it's alert message or confirm message, and this will call this function here, the call center. So if it not post, first of all it will display this this shadow here to prevent the user to click on anything but this pop up, and it display and it show the target method you want. So if you are clicking on the message, it will display the message. If you are clicking on the alert, it display the alert. Of course this one just for test purposes. So when you have a project, you don't put this button here to click it. No, it will generate it automatically by the function you created to specific something, specific operation. And the second method is the post. What the post do? The post will send will okay, in the second method, the post method, this you will send data like an array here, and when I show you the PHP function, you will understand what is all this, and all this I it's not the best thing to do, but I just want to demonstrate how to do it from JavaScript. You can, so if you want to create a full function, of course you don't do it like this. So because this is wrong. But it work if you if you don't know how to do in other method, this method will work, but it's not an advanced method or the best method to do this. So when I post it, when I tell him that I generate a new one, so it will send a true variable here, and it will send a message to the PHP modal spreadsheet. If you don't know how to send an Ajax message to the PHP script, copy this. So this is the URL. This is the data inside. So each data or each variable here take a sector from the data here, data array here. So this is data 0, data 1, data 2. So when it posts the message to the PHP spreadsheet, here will generate the pop-up, or not generating it, import the pop-up from the response text from the PHP spreadsheet. Okay. Now before I show you the modal spreadsheet, let, let us go to the function, the main function that creating all this. Okay, I will drag it slow motion, and then I will try to explain how it works. Because in this type of project I cannot type all this in front of you because it's very tricky. So I must prepare all the function and try to explain it. And of course you are wondering what is those classes. Uh, I will try to explain it for you. You don't, if you want, you don't need to use this one. This one will change the color of the scroll bar of the each type of scroll bar. So if you want the ask scroll bar color to be red, okay, now there is no scroll bar, but if the if the text inside reach the max, I think now, oh, need more. Okay, if you want each type of the message to generate uh, it its own color, its own scroll bar color, then you can use this function here. But this one handle the animation style of each drop. So this one begin here. First at all, it will generate the calculation of the width and based on the chords here. So this is the width and this is the height. So to play the animation to this center of the screen, it will divide this to two, and 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 if you tell the function that you want the animation to play from the top, or the left, look at here. So this one from the left, the alert one from top, the post one from the left. You can manipulate it. Even you can generate your other from the right to left if you want, from the button if you want. So when it reads the direction of the animation you want, it will create its own animation here. And this is the close function. I hope you are understanding understanding this mess, because it's too tricky. But when you understand it, you can do better than this. You can do something better. It's not a full. It's not something that it's the best, but it's a presentation just to give you an idea. What is the extra class 6 here? The extra class 6 is extra class here 0 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, here it tell the function, if it tell the function to create it as a displayed object or hidden object. So if you are not writing this, let us see what it does. 1 minute. 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. Hides. No, sorry, this one, it will tell the object, when it closes the object, it will tell that you want to hide it, not destroy it. So I will try to show you. So look at this. Now it destroyed, I think. As you can see, I cannot generate it. It's error right now because there is no object anymore. Because when I close it, it destroy it. But when you tell it to hide, just hide, it will close the object, the pop-up, by hiding it. And this is the target that you want to destroy or to hide, is this object. So because this is just a button, not the parent object, I am targeting the parent from here. Of course, this is not a PHP code, but when the PHP render this object, the JavaScript will know that this this is the object is the parent node of this object. So what is the parent node and the parent node of the object is, when you are clicking this, there is this is the header, and the parent of the header is the whole modal, the whole, not the modal, sorry, the whole pop-up. So when you want to hide or destroy, you are targeting the whole modal. You are not targeting the just the button. So and this is, and what the switch type do? The switch type is reading the type of this pop-up. Is it a message, just a message, or an ask, or success, or what? And it changed the logo here, not the logo, yeah, the logo here or here, based on the type of this modal. So as you see, I have already this icon here, but it's just a variable now. But when it read the type of the object, it will embed the right source image and look at here. So what this function do? What this function do? So this function will loop over the element array to generate the input fields, or the button, or the checkboxes, because simply if there is no elements here, look at this. It don't display anything. But if it reads an element, so this is each array here, each object of array of this array, it's a row. So now in the first row I have text and button. If you want a checkbox, you just need to write a checkbox here. Now you will see there is a checkbox, and look at the row, how it feels very good. Why is that? So first I have the main margin, or not margin, so each time it see a button or a checkbox, it will increase the width of the button and the width of the checkbox. Then if it text area, it will do a CSS calculation here. What is this? This is calculating the width of the pop-up minus the width of the object here. Okay, if you want to know about this drop down, you need to see the invoice system project part 1 and part 2 to see how it work, how the manual drop down work. So the manual drop down came from here, from this function. So if it read a drop down, it will embed a drop down from this function to this function. So as I told you, if you want to learn how to create your own drop down menu, you need to see the invoice tutorial. Part 1 part 1 and 2 part 1 and 2. The tutorial part 1, it will tell you how to create the drop down by default CSS and JavaScript. This will the second one will tell you how to create the drop down by JavaScript and PHP, and another form of CSS functions. Okay, so and if you want to know how this thing work, the full lesson is in the invoice part 1, I think. The invoice system part 1. No, sorry, not the part 1, the part 2. But I will show you a fast demo of how we create this large this large CSS sprite sheet. Of course, I'm not generating what I'm not typing all this one by one. I'm using the PHP function. The first array, you can write the main CSS function you want. So if you want a height or width or margin, so look at here, margin left, and here the shortcut. The shortcut is the CSS tag. The CSS tag here. Here the class, and here the main expression. Here the main expression, and here is the shortcut. So here you can do this. Okay, and this will loop and create and generate all this one by one, and each time it will start a new while loop. Okay, now for me, the max count I need for any project, almost any project, is 600, but you can increase it or decrease it. And if you want to use the 0.5 pixels, uh, the 0.5. So if you have some project that work with the half pixel, so you can make the increasing step of the width by 0.5, and starting from 0.5 minus 0.5. So if you want to start from the 0, you need to start from minus the step. If you don't want to begin from the 0, you can just type 0 here. Okay, now the first element will be 0.5, because it will increase 0.5. It will start from the 0.5. Okay, because you cannot use point here, 0.5 here as a CSS name. So what I did, I exchange each point, each dot by P. As you can see here, so each time it will loop, it will generate a new width, and this width will explode as an array by its dot. So if it has a 0.5 or 1.5 or 2.5, so if it's not an integer anymore, so it will change the name width by this. The first number here, and will exchange the dot by P, then the second number after the dot or point, then the content will draw the full CSS here. So let us test it and see how it will work now. So as I told you, it will start from 0.5 because I'm starting from 0. So 0 plus 0.5 is 0.5. If you want to start from the 0 pixel, so you need to start from the minus step. So now it starts from the 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2. This is the width. This is the height. Look at here in the test and the array. This is the height, and this is the margin left. So so if you want to know, all this came from this very large CSS spreadsheet I generated by only PHP. Even the calc width, let us see the text. Where is the text here? Okay, the calc width here, it came also from the style spreadsheets. Okay, with calc. Of course, if you want to work with calculate, you need to change this one. So if you want to the width to be, let us remove this, to be a calculate. So calc 100% minus now I want to see how it works. Look here, width equal calculate 100% minus the pixel. So now I think you are understanding how the class, all this class work. And now I will show you how you can embed a function for each element inside. So look here, I give it a function from for the first element, the text element. I told her to console to type the result of the value each time I key up. I press a key on the keyboard. It will log the value of the text box. As you can see now, there is no function here, but if you want to embed a function, all you need to do alert hello. Even on checkbox you can create a function. Hello. Hello. Okay, on checkbox it's better to use the onChange function, onChange attribute, not onClick attribute. The onClick attribute you use it on the buttons. The checkbox and drop down you use the onChange. Of course, my my custom drop down you cannot use onChange on it because it will not work. But if you see if you saw my tutorial, you will see how I will create my own onChange attribute on this on my drop down. So look at now. Look at how the PHP will manipulate manipulate the size and keep it form. Look at here now. Look at here. So even if it have submit button or checkbox, it will calculate the width here and give the text box a good configuration. From here is reckoned every time if it has a button, so calculate an extra 55 pixel. So now if you have button, it will calculate the width, the text area will calculate the width of the pop-up minus 55 pixel. And if you have checkbox in this row, it will add 25 to this 55, so 50, 60, 70, 80. So now it's calculate 100% minus 80. Don't forget that I have a margin here. So because I have a 5 pixel margin here, I started from 10 and then I continue to increase each time it track a button or checkbox. And now for the posted function. So when I told you the JavaScript can generate a new pop-up, so it's called the modal. So what modal do? This is a listener. So this is a listener. What it does, it will listen if you are calling, if you are giving an extra class variable value to this page. So here it is listen if it posted, if it has a variable, okay. If it not, so this variable equal nothing, empty. In this scenario, you will not have an error. If you are writing the post method like this, you will not have an error if you don't post something. But if you are using another form of post listener, you might have an error of if you don't post it every time you are calling this spreadsheet. I will drag it slowly first, then if you want to type my what I'm writing here, if you want. Of course you can post the video. And what this does, this, if you don't, if there is no draggable here, look at this post, you cannot drag it. But if there is draggable here, okay, you can drag it. Okay, let me show you. Before I show you, let me uh, I want to show you something. Display extra class 5. So here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here where is the modal? Okay. So all these are draggables. Okay, now I will remove draggable from some of them, and I will try again. I don't want the last one. One 1 minute. Okay, this one don't have a draggable function here, so it will not drag, and the alert box are behind this. So I will add a drag here, and the alert is not draggable right now. Okay, the alert is not draggable, and I want to show you how this model will hide when it's empty or it don't have a displayed object. So if I'm clicking on this, it's still blocked. Now look and see. Now there is no shader here, because what I want to okay, each time I'm hiding an object from the modal from the modal, it will check if it has a displayed object inside. So first thing, okay, the first variable tell this if condition to hide or not hide. So it will start from true. Then it will check it if the model don't have a children, don't have an object, because I told you you can destroy, not only hide, you can destroy the object. So if all the objects are destroyed inside, so there is no reason to for the model to show here and block the page. So if it has no children, so you can hide it. Else, if it has, if the children length is greater than, it's not zero, it's greater than zero. First thing, I want to count all the children of the model. For now, I have already 4 inside, but it might have 50. Okay. So the first variable get the children count for the model. When it get the count, it will start to loop through this count. Then each time it will check this object if it displayed or not displayed. So if it track an object that are not displayed, so it will convert the hide condition to false. So now if it has an object and it's still displayed, it's not known, it's not hidden, so you cannot it tell the function that you cannot hide the model. I hope you are understanding this. Okay. And next, and again, sorry about my rusty language, English language, because I'm not English. Okay. Then let us see what this do. Of course, you can do better than this if you want, but this ones tell the PHP to draw this. So because of where is the model here? So first thing, it will explode each time it will see hashtag backslash here, or I don't know what you call it. It will explode it. So it will convert this text to an array, and inside this array will track each characters like this. So each one of this is a row. So this is a row. This is a row. Okay, I will remove this, then you can see what I'm talking about. Look now, it have only one row because I removed this. Now it have 2 row, and if you don't want button inside this row, you can just remove the button. As you see, there is no button here. So if you are copying the model sprite sheet here, you need a time to understand how it works. And I am telling you, this is not the best solution to do this, but I did this just for a demo purposes. So you can do better than this. So this project is not meant to the beginners and not meant to the advanced or professionals, because the advanced and professional programmers can do better than this. But the beginner programmer that someone already know the basic of the programming and needs to know more, so he can get benefits from this lesson. So this lesson is, I'm targeting the mid-range programmers, not the beginners, because the beginner will not understand this. And advanced and the professional, they don't need this because they can do better than this. And me also, I can do better than this. But I have a I decide to create it like this to show you a tricks how you can convert a string to an array. This is my target here, because that I created this form. But if I am creating a professional one, a professional version, I will not use this form. As you see, it's not a complete lesson here, but you can get very benefits from understanding uh, a clever method to create a dynamic model that will work in 50 or 60% of your projects without changing anything. Before I close this lesson, I end this lesson, I want to show you something. You in 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 just in just one word, in just one word, you can change anything, almost anything in this pop-up. So look at this. Now it's black. From where it get this? It get this from the where is this one? From here. So here I have two shades. One is black. You can generate uh, blue if you want. So if you want this, you can change it to blue if you want. Of course, it's it's not beautiful to. Okay, so that's the power of this lesson, because you can manipulate your pop-up in just one word. You can change anything. I want to show you something. Look at the color here. It's now green, but in you can change this by okay, 1 minute. uh, No, it's not working. Why? uh, okay, I see the problem right now. It's working, but first thing I want to. Let me see. I want to remove all this first. Uh, what? Where is here? I think here. Okay. So now all the text, if you don't want the function to generate its own color based on the type of the input, you can force it by give it a color from here, and from where I am getting the color, I have color spreadsheet here that you can generate it by your own, and it's a pre-ordered color that you can generate it if you based on what you need to get a color here. So look, and in what in one word you can change anything you need. So, and there is more. There is you can do anything, many things, anything and many things in just changing one letter. And just changing one letter, if you are designing this from the scratch, and you gave it a good time, one time, if you generate a good function, you can do a lot, and you don't need anymore to every project to create uh, its own model or its own pop-up. You just embed this model in any project you need, and it will work. So now okay. And of course, if you are not understanding this lesson, and you want me to write it in front of you from the scratch, I can do this, but I need a lot of subscribers, and to ask me. I will not do this from for one person or two persons. So okay. I hope you like this lesson. I know I am suck in teaching, but I have many ideas that can help you. And also, I am learning to teach, but I need your help to tell me what is my bads and wrong, and what you are don't liking in my lessons. Goodbye.